Hi Virgo, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for January 11th to the 17th. We're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about money and career separately. I'm going to timestamp in the description box below for the career and money. This week, I'm going to start off with love. I started off with career and money last time, so we try to even it out to be fair. Well, Virgo, we have to have a little chat. What's going on? All right, let me just talk a few minutes of astrology just so that you guys could ground yourself in the energy that's going to be going on for you guys, so you know it's not in your mind, right? So on the 14th, we have Uranus is going to be stationing direct in Taurus. And whenever, those of you who watch me know, I always talk, when a planet goes, when it stations direct, it's very heightened. It's the heightened shadow manifestation of that energy. So, as it's going direct, just for those couple of days, there can be this sort of like a lot of shocks and surprises, a lot of energy that's sort of boiling to the top. It doesn't have to be bad, guys. It just is what it is. There's going to be some changes and it's going to be causing us to feel like this internal evolution, allowing those of us who've been working with this energy to feel more clear about what needs addressing in our life in the area that it's going to be focusing on for each of us individually. And for Virgos, it's going to be the ninth house, especially Virgo risings. I mean, it's ninth house has to do with your belief system, higher education, where it is that you're going in the world, right? I mean, what is it that you want, right? So that ninth house it's heavy, right? It's your moral code. It's your personal philosophies. So that you're feeling your personal philosophy changes. Now, that's going to be conjunct Mars and Taurus, which is going to light a fire under our feet to make a change, okay? Now, that energy is going to be working with the sextile to Neptune and Pisces. So that can bring confusion as to exactly how to make the changes that we feel. But this Neptune energy in Pisces is going to be happening in your seventh house of partnerships. So this could affect you if you're married, if you're in any sort of legal situation with somebody. The seventh house is the house of partnerships. Now, the undercurrent of this change is coming from the square to Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury in Aquarius. That's going to be pushing all of us to problem solve and figure out a certain situation. Now, this mix can create a feeling of aggression and defensiveness. It's hitting you guys, Virgo, in your sixth house of health, of day-to-day experience, right? We know that this is where the great conjunction is impacting Virgos in the sixth house, right? But we have the square working, right, with that Uranus-Mars energy. So we're going to be feeling some tension there as far as our day-to-day goes. Now, there's going to be a trine of that Uranus and Mars conjunction to the Pluto conjunction. Pluto's going to be conjunct the Sun in Capricorn, which puts a focus on what needs to be ended or transformed. Venus is very nicely aspected here, so it's definitely going to support anything that you go through. And at the same time, we have this new moon in Capricorn, right, that's happening underneath all of this energy or on top of it on January 12th to the 13th. And this can incite new beginnings in career, just being disciplined in order new plans. On a personal level, we can be feeling this regarding anything from marriage, home, parents, or feeling a strong resolve to establish safety in our lives, right? Because that's what Capricorn does, right? But for you guys, you're going to be feeling that. But the energies are going to be very focused on your fifth house. What is the fifth house? The fifth house is fun. The fifth house is romance, falling in love, your creativity, your entrepreneurial efforts. It's a lot, right? But it is falling in love. It's the act of sex. It's romance. It's what you do with your partner on a Monday through Sunday, right? So we're going to have this light there. What needs to be ended or transformed? What's going on? Because it's going to be about endings and beginnings going on here. There's going to be some restructuring going on in these areas. So I feel like for Virgos, you guys are going to be feeling it internally. You're going to be feeling it a little bit in your relationships. You're even going to be feeling it at work, but all good, Virgo. This is good. This is not negative. It's not. Please look at it like that, because this is all meant to level us up. So none of it is bad. None of it is bad. Because to be honest with you, if it doesn't need to be ended and it doesn't need to be transformed, you're going to glide right through it, my friend. And if you have any of these energies retrograde in your chart, you're not even going to feel it if you were born with retrograde energies. Just something fun to look up. If you could, I don't know if any of these free birth chart calculators allow that. Your crowning energy in relationship has to do with cycles, Virgo. Oh my gosh. Right? Cycles, on again, off again. I love you, I hate you. Let's work this out. Let's end it. I never want to see you again. Oh, wait, come back. I love you. Where are you going? Wait, get away from me. Kind of stuff, right? High Priestess, absolutely. Yeah. Recent past, trying to figure it out. And we got the Four of Water. By the way, this is called The Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. Page of Air, challenge. Final outcome, Seven of Fire. Okay. So let's pull some tarot, clarify here what we have. So the High Priestess energy, you guys know it's about secrets, mystery, intuition, trusting yourself. But you know, the High Priestess is also a moon energy, and we have to be careful in that moon energy of the stories that we tell ourselves. We want to make sure that we're not telling ourselves some sort of false narrative to make ourselves feel good about a situation. And we're being really honest about our fears, our insecurities, what we really might be trying to hide from in a situation. Or, you know, or the same way, we don't want to be presenting any false narratives or excuses about a person that we're dealing with right now to make them seem better than they are, right? That could happen in the High Priestess energy. But this tells me that you have a lot of thoughts going on internally and you're not really sharing them with anybody. You know, that's that High Priestess energy. So we have the Princess of Coins. So some of you may be dealing with some sort of new connection because in relationship reads, the Pentacles can show up as mental, physical, emotional connection. And whenever we have the Princess, which is a page, it's a brand new cycle. So this could be a brand new connection. Some of you, some of you may not be even talking to anybody about it. A new cycle within a connection and not talking to anybody about it. Oh, it's stressing you out. Nine of Swords is anxiety here. Nightmares, anxiety, grief, depression. The Fool. What is going on here? The Fool is about fresh hope, taking chances, new path, new beginning. Let's go. It's Uranus. It's focused on the future. Uncharted territory. But we have this anxiety. So this was in the recent past. So feeling something inside, not really discussing it with anybody, with somebody, not really discussing, though, how you were feeling stressed out about going off on a new path with somebody new, somebody different. You wanted also, for some of you, I'm feeling like you really wanted to be that Fool energy with somebody. Try that new relationship. Go off on that new path. Try that thing with them. But something about them was very much stressing you out. They were creating some sort of depression in you, some sort of anxiety. So for some of you, this is you meeting somebody brand new if you're already in a current relationship. For others of you, this was meeting somebody brand new, but it ended up being a situation where it was like, you know, you may have been dealing with what you didn't realize at the time, but somebody who maybe has narcissistic tendencies where they're in and then they're out, they're in and then they're out kind of thing. That can be so confusing. So your situation right now is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups right here, this is you. This is feeling very apathetic, feeling very unfulfilled in relationship, Virgo. You know, with the Four of Water, though, because the Four is a rather young energy, it really is, and it's very focused on one's own feeling of strong foundation, of security. There is this tendency to say, I'm not getting what I want, so I can't be with this person, or they don't have all the boxes checked, so I can't be with this person, right? But there is this need when we get the Four of Cups energy, especially when it's in our own line, to actually look a little more closely at how we show up in relationship and see if there isn't an area where maybe we're either being a little too hard on somebody, a little too hard on ourselves, expecting maybe a little too much, whatever that means. Well, you know what that means? Expecting for somebody to bring you, give you, show up in a way that you want, need, and desire, that you expect from them rather than who they are organically. Do you know what I'm saying? I think you guys know what I mean. So these are the big questions that typically rise up, which is why I'm mentioning them with the Four of Water. It doesn't mean that you would want to be with them. They may not be the individual for you. But this is really about getting underneath the to get to the belly of why you're really not happy in relationship. We have the Two of Cups energy, which is beautiful. This is romantic love, partnership. It could be marriage, but this is proposing something. So for some of you, you may be in the space where you're feeling like a very like whatever regarding relationship. It's not that you don't want it, but you might be just very tired from the whole idea of relationship. And somebody comes in and asks you out for a drink, or wait, bars aren't open, right? Coffee, dinner, socially distanced, I don't know, whatever, but proposing something. Guys, really good. Eight of Wands. This is very nice. Beautiful. News coming in that incites some speedy action. So good news coming in, and with that good news, there is a proposal. But I'm laughing. You're like, whatever. We have the apathy here. Hold on. Two of Coins. Yeah. So there's two energies here. There's two things going on here, right? Because we have this idea of weighing options. There are two choices here. So for some of you, you may be hung up in this very toxic but energy that you feel for whatever reason very, very drawn to, which it ends up being that cyclical kind of thing. It goes beyond the attraction. You know, you guys might have some sort of karmic mess to work out in this life. You know, it's really, it's worth, like, if you know your charts, look at your nodal energies. You might have stuff to actually teach each other. So I see that, but then I see, and if I see you feeling like very, all right, I'll put myself out there, or all right, I'll give myself a shot with this person, but not really feeling it the way that maybe you feel it here. Creates confusion. We have your challenges, the Page of Air, right? So the truth of the situation is your challenge right now. Challenge is strength. Oh, Virgo. I know, this is so hard, because the challenge here is being really brave, feeling that self-love, that unconditional love, that self-respect, that courage, that focusing on what you need, what you really need. It's the romance that you need, that you want, right? Because strength is Leo, and Leo is a very me-based energy. It's what you create, what you do because you love to do it. It's your experience of falling in love. It's your experience, right, at connection. And this is a challenge for you right now, being strong in the face of that. Okay. Did you, my light just went out there. Did you see that sudden? Okay, Virgo, that's a sign. Why did all my lights just go out? That was so weird. Okay, we have this working with the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups, this is a challenge. Too many choices and commitment issue. You know, this can be because you may, all right, so some of you, let me give you a couple of things that I'm getting. Some of you may be dealing with an energy that just cannot commit. They can't. They have too many choices. And for that person, this strength energy, if it's a challenge for you coming from another person, it could certainly be a shadow manifestation, because it's in the shadow, in the challenge, where their ego is a little too big. So going back to this idea of possible narcissistic tendencies. I'm not labeling anybody with NPD. I'm not diagnosing anybody according to the DSM, nothing like that. But I'm just saying self-absorbed tendencies, it does seem like, for sure. And you're realizing this, and that's a challenge for you. Page of Air, it's like, boop, I can't ignore that anymore. That is reality when it comes to this thing. Yeah. All right, look, and then we have the Emperor, and this is the challenge. And the challenge is, I feel like this is somebody new who's coming in, somebody who's true blue, who really wants to have something with you. But it's like the challenge here is allowing this person in. You're confused because you're still hung up on this energy here. And we have in the near future, we have the Seven of Fire. So the Seven of Fire is all about defending yourself. You feel like almost like you have to protect yourself against something, and you're not even sure exactly what. Whether it's like somebody's past, somebody's issues, some sort of competition, it could be that. But it's you drawing a line in the sand, saying, this is what I want, need, and desire. And if I can't have these things met, I can't see myself being able to stay in this relationship. So we have this working with Temperance. Let's pull the rest of the cards. Beautiful Ace of Cups, very nice. Ten of Swords. Okay, so what I see is, I see a release and I see a gain going on here. right? Because you're very clearly identifying in this whole growth process that you're going to be going through. Because, as I mentioned before, you have Uranus stationing direct in Taurus on January 14th. So you're going to be in this space of just really having these ideas culminating. Things are going to be culminating for you. You're going to be feeling this evolution. And I like temperance because temperance is on a chemical energy, and it's all about balance, harmony, patience, but honoring the needs that you have, right? Because you want to move forward with integrity in a relationship, right? This is a Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius really wants to move forward with integrity in your truth, right? So you can't be in something that's not true for you anymore. If you need something, if you need a person that resonates with you in a certain way, whatever it is, whether it's the level of communication, how funny they are, how open they are, how good looking they are, the money they make, whatever it is, if it really matters to you for whatever reason, it can't not matter to you. You can't talk your way out of that. You could grow to understand the deeper meaning of why these things matter to you, but it's important that you not even waste your energies with people that you know it's ultimately not going to end up bringing you into a space where you're going to be able to stay comfortably. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what happens with the cycles. It's like everything's great except for A, B, and C. Okay, I'm not going to pay so much attention to A, B, and C anymore. It really shouldn't matter. I'm going to go back and try this again. But then it comes up as D, E, and F. You know, that issue will resurface. These things can be very cyclical. I see you meeting somebody new. Ace of Cups. And I see you allowing this other energy that's just not healthy for you, that's not good, to go. This is a complete and painful ending. It's hitting rock bottom. And we have this right after the Ace of Cups. So I feel like for a lot of you, you guys are going to be in this space where it's just coming to terms with the fact that no matter how much you want to will something into existence, you're not doing it alone. And that unless somebody shows up 100% in the same way as you, there's no way that it's going to actually be able to work. You know? This is what I'm seeing here. As far as relationship from your end, let's see what's happening on their end. I don't know who's going to show up though, because I feel two energies here. So let's see what goes on. There's some Virgo's dealing with. Energy that Virgo's dealing with. Soulmate. Oh my gosh. Virgo. You're their soulmate. That's it. Yeah, you know what? You probably are. Soulmate. It's a lot of hoopla about that phrase, soulmate, my friends. in my mind, what I have studied, soulmates are just here to teach us lessons for a reason, a season, sometimes 10 seasons, 20 seasons, until the lesson's learned. It's not the easiest energy. Okay, we have the Five of Earth, where they're at in the recent past, where they're at right now, the challenge, and the outcome. We got the Hierophant. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, that, you know, that is truly the reality of the soulmate energy. It's, I mean, they're beautiful. Soulmates doesn't even have to be the opposite sex or whatever gender we're attracted to intimately. I mean, they could certainly be family members and friends can be your soulmates. Like, why did this person enter your life? There's a reason. There's something you guys need to learn from each other. That's soulmate. That's soulmate. Those of you watching me know I like the red thread energy and more about that. That's a soulmate, except you guys figure your stuff out in this inception and then you live happily ever after, whatever that means, but you know what I mean. Okay, Five of Earth, King of Wands, Hangman. There's confusion here. Ooh, okay. All right, so let's just pull these. So 5 of Earth, 5 of Pentacles. I mean, I feel like, you know, in this recent past, this person has been just feeling very, very worried about this relationship. Now, they might be literally worried about money having to do with the relationship, right? If money's a thing, if money's a problem, you know, they don't make enough, or maybe they feel like you don't make enough. There's, you know, something like that. But so could it have to do with some sort of financial issue? Could definitely have to do with, but it's, you know what's funny about this energy though, 5 of Pentacles, it's like a poverty mindset, but it's totally psychological. It's like not even real, right? And then, so there's worry with this, there's isolation. They might have even been challenged with some sort of health issue. And we have this clarified by the King of Wands. The King of Wands has to do with Cancer. This is a Cancer and Leo energy, and Cancer has to do with it's a house of home, 4th house of home, and it has to do with, like, metaphorically, what makes us feel very safe and secure in relationship. And Leo is all about feeling passion and attracted and excited by. So it's this idea of feeling excited while also feeling safe. And this is where they're at. This is where they were at in the recent past. So there's something about you that they definitely resonated with. There was something very safe about you that was very, I just keep feeling the word safe. Keep feeling getting the word safe. But then there's this confusion. So the Hangman energy could mean, you know, they were in this space of confusion, right? Trying to get a different perspective of things. They may have felt like they needed to sacrifice something that they wanted for themselves by being with you, because there's this idea of self-sacrifice when we get the Hangman energy. And it is trying to gain a new perspective, you know. But Neptune is just such a smoke and mirrors energy. It's not being able to see things very clearly. Remember, Neptune rules Pisces, and that's where that idea of, you know, feeling like maybe they were misused, or maybe they were martyred in some way, you know, they could be feeling that way. But there's definitely this pause button that's pressed. I'm not really doing anything in the recent past. But then we have, they need to make a choice here. I mean, the Lovers is all about the need to make a choice. And that's what it is. You know, yes, it's partnership, it's deep love, it's the strength of two together and all of that, but only if everybody's on the same page. Everybody has to be on the same page. And, you know, and it's through that conversation and communication and connection that Archangel Raphael blesses the union and actually allows you guys to figure things out. But there's got to be a recognition of the fissures in the foundation of the relationship in order for it to go through. But see, they're in the soulmate energy and you're in the cycle energy. So I feel like these two things, this is a very karmic connection, and it's a very on again, off again, or in and out. Even if you guys live together, it's a very sort of like in and out sort of energy. I don't know if that makes sense, but we have right now, they are the Queen of Earth. So this is very much about, see, whenever we have queens, it's always about connection, and it's always about the connection of the element, right? So the element here is Pentacle. It means mental, emotional, and physical connection. This could also be money. So this tells me right now that they're very resourceful energy. First of all, they're very focused on, it could be that they're very focused on setting themselves up in their life right now, you know, with the pragmatics of trying to make more money, you know, focusing on maybe purchasing a new home, something like that, but trying very much to set themselves up. Some of you are going to be resonating with this person being in that space. Others of you, this is about really trying to make the connection, mental, physical, emotional, with you right now. And you may be really wanting to make this happen. Get the Magician, which is about focused creativity and really trying to turn this vision that they have in their mind's eye for the relationship into reality, and feeling very inspired to do this. And, you know, I like this energy because it's Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini and you guys, right? What are you guys? You guys are the 6th house, right? Virgo is the 6th house of health. It's also the house of problems, problem solving. Right? That's why you guys are the Hermit energy. It's all about solving problems here to help improve the health of something, right? It means more than that, but this is what, you know, within the context of this. That's all we need to really understand. So Gemini being communication and the student being open to learning something, and then the sixth house being about solving problems and trying to improve the situation within the relationship. That is the magician. That's where the alchemy comes in, you know. People say, oh, it's an alchemy card, right? It's just making something happen. Well, what does that actually mean? Can we look at the astrology of that for a minute? And it's all about the blending of the Mercury energies. So we have this working with the Six of Pentacles. I have to tell you, I love this. Giving or receiving help, generosity. And then it's followed by the Judgment energy, which is Pluto, having clarity. But more than that, a final decision and a wake-up call to what is supposed to go on moving forward. So I feel like somebody is having this sort of epiphany, this possible come to Jesus moment within themselves. Now, if this person is a narcissist, it's not going to go very far for you, because a narcissist's epiphanies typically do surround their own agenda and not really ultimately taking anybody else into account. And it is very common for a narcissist also to consider somebody their soulmate when it's really like fish food. You know, I hate to say that, but you're going to know if that is your situation or not. Don't try to make it fit. But the Judgment is a nice card because it has to do with dealing with the past, right? And really understanding everybody did the best that they knew how. But this is a person who I see is really wanting to focus on the connection, making something happen where you guys have each other's back and everybody has what they need. Now the challenge here, we have the Magician in the challenge. It's a different deck. Right now we have another Magician as their challenge. So here they are in the space of trying to make something happen, but I feel like they're having a hard time. They're having a hard time making it happen. Everything I just mentioned that the Magician is. So this is working with the Page of Pentacles. Guys, maybe this is money. It might be a money situation. It certainly can be. Because, you know, the Page of Pentacles is like the need to get a new job or like money news coming in. But when we get this in the challenge, you know, this is really having a hard time. And somebody might be having a hard time with their children as well. Page of Pentacles, when it's a challenge, could certainly be that as well. But there's a challenge in the connection here for them. And we have a challenge of the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is about contentment, total love and support, family contentment, total love and support, being in that right space, just really taking it all in. Oh my gosh. And then we have the Nine of Cups, which is about wish fulfillment and total happiness. This is about abundance, but this is in their challenge. But yet, this is where they're right now. They're trying to make it happen, but it's like they can't. Trying to make it happen, but they can't. Final outcome, Hierophant. You know, all about traditions, expectations, conforming to something. Hierophant is a marriage card. It is about celebrating the sacred in your marriage, celebrating the sacred in your relationship. But then we have the Ace of Swords, feeling like they may not belong there anymore. Because this is about self-imposed isolation, self-imposed imprisonment, feeling very restricted, held back. Something that really worked for them at one point, not feeling like it works right now. And then we have the Ace of Swords. This is working with mental clarity. And mental clarity and just having these new ideas. I mean, it's you know, Ace is new. Swords are truth. It's intellect. It's the mind, these realizations. But it's with those realizations that some sort of new conflict arises that they have to deal with. And they need to like go to the top of the mountain and act like you for a minute, right? Because this is the Hermit energy, going within. This does indicate a going it alone for a bit, right? Going within. And this is maybe exactly what they need, a little spiritual illumination, right? To go on that quest for personal truth, to figure out what it is that they want. So a challenging energy only in that, you know, it's like it does seem like they feel you as their soulmate. And, you know, let's just keep this, you know, in mind, where we have this, the trine of Uranus and Mars conjunct to Pluto, which is conjunct the Sun, is it's really focused on what needs to be ended or transformed, right? So we'll see how this ends up, because the Hermit does mean going it alone, because the path that you guys were on currently is really not a healthy one, at least in their mind, to their mind. Okay, my friends, that is what I have for you for that reading. And now let's go on to career. Now, when I say career, I mean money. And that money can come from the work that you do. It could come from a lawsuit, inheritance, insurance payout, tax payout, divorce settlement. I don't know if I said that. Child support, alimony, the sale of a home, waiting for a loan to come in so that you can open a business, your partner's money, anywhere, any area where there would be an exchange of money that would ultimately be impacting your life, okay? Try to do that, because I feel like that's just a lot more realistic for most people, right? Let me pull these cards and then I'll pull a crowning. So I love, love, love that we got the Two of Cups, so that's good. Let me pull 4 down for you guys for these. Okay, pretty good outcome. I like that 8 of Wands. It's good news coming in. 2 of Swords, that means you're gonna have to make a decision. Well, that means that you have options if you have to make a decision. So, okay. Truth be told. Truth be told. Ooh, you got to be honest with yourself about what it is that you're doing right now. Not that you're lying to yourself, but I mean, be honest with yourself about what it is that you think is going to truly make you happy. So starting this off, we have, coming into in this recent past, we do have some sort of very positive conversation that went on. 2 of Cups this could be having a conversation regarding money with a business partner or somebody that you work for, regarding your hours, money, any sort of circumstance that's coming up having to do with work. This could also be meeting with a lawyer, hiring a lawyer, putting a lawyer on retainer, hiring a real estate agent, or even actually meeting to actually close on a house. Anything like that, or negotiating. Negotiations can be started in this energy. So I do like this. Now, let's keep in mind, right? We have that energy. The great conjunction is happening in your 6th house. I don't want to be repetitive, but I want you guys, especially Virgo risings, to keep this in mind for the rest of the year, the next 2 years actually. But Jupiter's only going to be in there with Saturn until next December, the end of next December. So we have that agreement happening. So we have this working with the Queen of Cups, lovely. And you know what you guys are agreeing to here? The 2 of Cups is keeping it real. This is what I need. This is my bottom line of what I need to get paid. This is what I need to make. I can't afford to take anything less from that lawsuit. I can't afford to sell my house for anything less than this. Like, this is my bottom line, because here in the Queen of Cups energy, this is Gemini and Cancer. Gemini, communication. Cancer, home, safety, feeling safe. So it could literally be the buying or selling of a home, or it could literally be something that you need, you require in order to feel supported in your life. Now we have that working with Fabulous Death card, which is about changes, endings, time to move on from something in order to be rebirthed and transformed into something else. And so what I like about this is something is ending, but then we have this Knight of Cups right on its heels coming in with a new offer. There's some sort of new proposal that's being offered. So I like this because I'm sensing like negotiation. Do you know what I mean? If not this, then this. There's going to be some sort of negotiation and at least attempt at compromise in the recent past. So it could be some push and pull. The Death card is a Scorpio energy. Everything is in cycles. So like the way something was going was just not working for you. It needs to be transformed. So this could be a new offer coming in of some sort. So right now you're just trying to get into your High Priestess vibe. I get it. Right? Trust yourself. Really focus on your intuition. Pay attention to the stories that you're telling yourself about what it is that happens at work, everything about work, where you want to see yourself going in your career, even any story that you're telling yourself about this legal situation or whatever other kind of financial situation that can be going on. You want to just make sure you're not telling yourself any kind of false narrative, because whenever we have the High Priestess, there's always that chance that we all can do that. Because it's our emotions, right? And emotions are a funny thing. And there's no one in ourselves to check ourselves, right? So, but whatever it is that you're thinking about right now, whatever you have on tap in your mind, don't talk about it. Just try not to talk about it. Because you're still confused. So it's better to, kind of get your ducks in a row. The Hangman is really trying to get a different perspective and really doing not much of anything right now. It's not that you're sitting there going, I'm never doing anything. It's like the time isn't totally right yet, right? As I've been saying, like Saturn is still invisible. Saturn's not going to be visible again until the middle of February. So we have to keep that in mind. And especially this week, out of a 7-day week, we have 3 full days, 3.5 full days, okay, of the moon void, of course. So we have Sunday into Monday and then Wednesday into Friday, where it's just going to be like, we're going to feel so unmotivated to do much of anything. I like to call it bubble bath energy. It doesn't mean anything big and crazy is going to be going on, which is good, right? And it's good to focus on doing some work that you have working right now, but it's probably not going to be a very good energy to try to get anything started, because you're going to feel like you're trying to walk through cement, just for this week. It's only for this week. But what I love is that you're hanging upside down, you're pressing this pause button, and you're trying to get this different perspective. But you're staying really focused on what matters to you. You're staying focused on material happiness, having a really good outcome. But you're in this space of trying to figure it out. There's going to need to be this idea of leaving something in order to gain something, right? Because we have this 5 of Pentacles, which is about, for some of you, it can literally be financial loss. Some of you may be in a poverty mindset. Some of you may be very, very worried about money or feeling very isolated regarding some sort of financial situation, and not very understood. But I see you right now very focused on the negatives, Virgo, rather than the 2 beautiful cups standing right behind you, which is your worth. These are your ideas. This is your motivation. This is the possibility. This is beautiful. But you're focusing on what hasn't worked up to this point. And you're very focused on wanting to bring yourself something. So, yeah. In the High Priestess, I was saying about the truth be told, I'm telling the truth, and I've just realized we have the truth be told crowning. So as far as your challenge goes, the 8 of Swords, challenge is you feel like you don't belong in what it is that you're in right now. Period, the end. I don't think we need to elaborate. You're not feeling it anymore. You're just not, or ever, depending on the situation. You guys are going to be feeling that, you guys are going to be doing that shift. I'm telling you, over the next 2 years, it's going to be a big shift. So just feeling like, but that's a challenge for you, because you know what? We can't just all get up and leave, right? We can't just say bye to everything. There's got to be a process to the situation. We have the Page of Swords, and I like this because this is truth. Truth be told, truth. We have a lot of truth going on here. Internal truth. You're getting really honest with yourself, but it's not, the thing is, wouldn't it be nice for like, okay, yeah, this doesn't work for me anymore. This is my dream job. Boop, 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 boop. And then it happening for us. It doesn't work like that. It would be great if it does, but if it could happen like that. But we have this working with the Devil energy. Now, this is in our block, so we have to get real with where are we getting in our own way? Where is there imbalance, right? Because the Devil can be anything from addiction, greed, materialism, obsession, and lusting after the wrong things, feeling envious. Just focus on the wrong thing that creates an imbalance and ends up keeping you shackled in a situation that you really need to release yourself from. Here we go again with the 5 of Pentacles. Got the 5 of Cups here, and then the 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Cups is feeling this loss, regret. I think I read this as the Five of Pentacles the other way around. I must have been looking at that and read that. But regardless, we got both of them. My eyes must have caught that. The Five of Cups, I mean, it is what I said, focusing on the cups that are down and focusing on the loss, right? And what's not happening. And then the Five of Pentacles is about, again, this poverty mindset, feeling really worried about money. Really worried about money. And for some of you, it doesn't even mean you don't have money. Maybe you're fine with money. But I get, listen, the world is very different right now, right? So the level of security that a lot of people feel may not be what it once was. So don't beat yourself up if that's what's going on. But the end result here, though, like the thesis of this line is that there's change going on. You don't feel like you belong in something, but what is getting in your way? What is blocking you from actually, pulling the trigger on something? So we have this final outcome energy, which is the Page of Wands, something brand new. This is a new project, a creative idea. You jumping on it and you running with it. Two of Swords. Two of Swords is you need to make a decision. You're going to have to compromise when it comes to something. So there may be some sort of financial offer that comes in, some sort of compromise that is going to have to be made regarding something maybe to do with either salary offered or some sort of settlement, anything like that, right? There's going to be discussion, and there's going to need to be some sort of compromise made. But there's really good news coming in reflective of this, which is very nice. And this is going to incite very quick change. But this is a very busy energy, right? Emails, text messages, phone calls. Definitely could be a job offer if you're waiting for the job offer. If you're waiting on something, this is some sort of news coming in. But, Virgo, I just feel like a lot of you guys are super worried about money, right? I mean, because this is all really, really positive. But I feel like part of the news that comes in that you're going to have to negotiate, you're so concerned about, you have this, and probably rightfully so, because it's not like a Virgo to worry for nothing. There's a desire for long-term security. But at the same time, you also want to make sure that you're not bordering on possible greed. And you're going to know what I mean when I say that. So I do see something, this realization that you don't belong in something anymore. You're getting really honest with yourself. But I see negotiations going on. I definitely see negotiation. But something ending, and then you're getting into something else. So some of you may be leaving a position, leaving something, and then transitioning into something else. That ends up being much better for you. But you're going to be very you're going to be very protective of your money. Which, what's wrong with that? We work hard for our money, right? Okay, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.